Hey guys, Eddie here. I just got laid off from my job and I've been interviewing with some other companies. One potential client wants some examples of my work. They want to create an Access database and they want me to showcase my, Microsoft Access database and VBA and SQL skills. So I'll make an example of something similar to what they're looking for. This is a company that has people out in the field that go check out radio towers and so I'll create a database application that just kind of takes in their username and some basic data and does some VBA and SQL with it. Nothing too fancy, just trying to showcase my skill set here. So we're going to launch Microsoft Access, and we'll create a new blank database. And we're going to create it in my D drive because I got no space on my C. We'll put it in jobs. And I'll call it radio since they're looking to get data on radio towers. So we'll click on OK, click create. All right, so we get an initial table when we open up Access and create a new database. So we don't need this at the moment, so we are going to just close it. What I'm more concerned with creating at this moment is a user form. So we're going to go to a form design, and we are going to call this form entry. And we'll make this a single form. We're going to add a label to our form. And we'll say username here. So what this label will do is it will pull in the current user. And the way that you can do that in VBA is, and there's a number of ways to do it, but the way you do it in VBA is with the environment variable username. And so we'll do that. If I were going to do this for a real application, I would probably use the Windows API to get the username because the environment variable can be spoofed. So I'm going to go into my IDE here, and we'll add a module, and I'm going to call it mod user. And we'll make it a public function, call it user, and we'll return a string. First thing I always like to add, as most people know that watch my videos, is some error handling. Have a way out, exit the function or sub, and then your label to catch. And then at this point, I would usually have either a catch-all error handling class or a catch-all error handling subroutine in a module to handle everything related to these errors, like the standard stuff. But because this is just a showcase of my skills, we can really kind of gloss over that part. So I'll just say, let's print out the location of where this error would have occurred, which is the module and then the function. And then we want to see what the error is. So the error description. And then, things like the time that it happened. So we'll just say now. And then we'll just create some space so that if there are other errors, we can separate them nicely. And then we'll resume at the end of the function, assuming something went wrong. And what we want here is we want to use, so you can use the environment variable, as I said, environ. And this can be spoofed. So, we'll use it just for the example purposes. But again, I would normally use the Windows API call for this. So I'm going to say here, create a constant called string user as a string, and I'll just call this username. I hate putting literals littered throughout code. I see it all the time. It's just bad programming practice. So this is going to be a simple function. All it's going to do is return the environment variable. And that should be it. And now we're just going to test our function. And there it is. All right, so we're good. So now what we want to do is we want to go back to our form on the front end. And we want to tie this label to the form. So let's go see what this label is. It's label 0, which is a horrible name for a label. We'll call it label user. And now we can go back to our IDE and we can pop into our form. And we say we want on our form object, we want to grab either the load or the open event to basically just run our VBA so that we can pull in our data. Slight differences between load and open. I forget what they are. I think load is pre-compile and open is post-compile or post-interpretive. And so we probably want the post-interpretive one, meaning this code gets executed after the form opens up. All right. So normally, again, I would go through similar type of structure in my routine. I'm going to skip that for now. I'm just going to say me, which is indicative of the parent class that you're, the current class that you're in. Give me a list of the objects that I have. I just added this label. So there it is. And we want to modify the caption property on it. And then we want to tell it to go execute our code. So go grab that data, which is a string, and caption is a string, so the data types match. And that should be it. So if we go back to our form and execute this, we should see. So if I go to form view, there we go. Hold in my username. All right, I'll showcase more VBA and SQL in some more videos coming.